It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants, and it comes your way next.
First known as the Meadowlands, EA Sports welcomes you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Buckle up, partner. I think this is going to be an aerial show. Both of these teams giving us the hint that the ball's going to be in the air a lot in this one.
Oh, no question. I think both teams were very clear in our weekly meetings that that was going to be the plan. And what we see right now in today's modern football, Mike, is the direct correlation between explosive plays, in this case, two teams that rely on those explosives coming in the passing game, and the direct ability to score points. At the end of the day, this is who can score the most points. And if you want to score points today, it's going to become by throwing the ball deep downfield as often as you can.
It's Jake Elliott ready to get this one kicked off. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
The rookie from Ole Miss put that one on target for the first down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. In motion, it's Robinson. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Off he goes. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
13 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Giants. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That is caught. What a throw. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, Giants. They find the end zone here on the opening drive, and Greg, they're able to do it in the air.
Mike, it makes you wonder, is this drive a sign of things to come? I mean, this secondary, they had their hands full there. Are we going to see it repeated throughout the rest of this game, or are they going to have some answers on defense?
Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. He's got it. And the Giants will take a 7-0 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. On the return, it's Williams. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
He spent a lot of time, Mike, over these last couple days speaking to the media, and the thing that jumped out to me was just how confident he was in his team's preparation ahead of today's game. Now, only time will tell or not whether it makes a difference, but if his confidence is any indication of how they're going to perform, this could be a tough team to beat. Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
These are the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. We'll check the reaction for the former Giant. Here is Saquon Barkley. Space to run inside the 20. And he's going to take this all the way home. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about, and they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Eagles come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Couldn't take the chance. They're going to return it from the goal line. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Giants offense ready to see the football for the second time. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with first down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Second down and 3. A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Third and a yard. Here's a first carry for their running back, and he will have a Giants first down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
He'll drop to throw. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
1st and 10. Back to throw. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Quick slant looked in by Neighbors. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better feel for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
They'll look to throw yet again. Throw left side, that's Johnson. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Right back to Johnson. He's got it again. And he'll be taken down. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Slayton is the man in motion. Following the penalty, they'll run it. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he's going to have that 1st down. They didn't want to settle for 3. And now it's 1st and goal.
I love this concept here. Really good job by the other receivers clearing out that space. Big tight end comes down with the catch, and it's going to bring up 1st and goal.
A run on 1st and goal. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the 1st quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. More from MetLife Stadium after this. From the 1, 2nd and goal. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the 2nd phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
That is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Wandale Robinson. Touchdown, New York.
And once they let the quarterback out of the pocket, it just became too many options at their disposal. They got to keep him in the pocket and limit the run option. Once he's out there on the perimeter, Mike, his ability to either throw it or take it in himself, it just puts so much pressure on these coverage defenders and results in an easy touchdown.
Gano on to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Giants will move out to a 14-7 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The visitors' offense ready for their 2nd possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Hurts. Quick slant into the hands of Smith. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. The drag route, we used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position, and depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Dotson, the man in motion. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. That's taken in left side by Smith. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time. and it leads to big gains like this.
To the air again. Hurts. This one complete to Bryant.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
2nd down and 8. A tight end in motion now. Now Hurts. Going to call his own number. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles are back within 4 at 14-10.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. He fields it at the 8. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. Open man downfield, that's Neighbors. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now it's Tracy looking to run, and nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
To return is Williams. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. And he'll take this past the 30. A gain of 6. Mark it at the 31. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Barkley. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Here now, 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
Left side in the hands of Neighbors. Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. A pickup of 12 yards. That's good for a Giants 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes.
And that is Hunt in the end zone. He's in. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, New York. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Now, Gano for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Giants are out to a 21-10 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over here in the final minute of this 1st half. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a 1st down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. And in motion is Brown. On second down, Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That is brought in. And he will go all the way. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Elliott now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles are back within 4. It's 21-17. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Giants offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Defensively, that's just a missed opportunity, Mike. Anytime you have two defenders in the area and neither one of them is able to make a play on the ball, yes, I know that the ball fell incomplete, but, man, you got to get your hands on that ball and take advantage.
He's got his man. That's Slayton. And he'll be near a first down, but he's going to come up about a yard short. Here's third down and a few inches. In motion, it's Robinson. They'll throw here on third and short. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have a Giants first down. He has it by plenty as they keep the drive alive here on third and inches. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. That's A.J. Brown and the rest of the Eagles offense set to take over once more. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
A second down throw for Hurts. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He's going to air this one out, looking for Dotson. Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Giants offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the ground, here's Tracy. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. That's to Robinson. He's got it. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Now they'll set up to throw. That is caught. It's Robinson. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not, and when he throws it, catch it.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw, and he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's got his big tight end. Touchdown, Giants. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Gano on to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Giants will extend this third quarter lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Williams now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Here's 1st and 10. Hurts to throw. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Deonte Banks.
Well, I think by now, Mike, we know where the biggest mismatch of this game has been. This defense is all over this passing game. Everywhere they look, they have defenders in the right spot. They've resulted now in 3 interceptions, all while forcing this offense to try to adjust their game plan on the fly.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. He'll look to throw. Pass pulled in by Tracy. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
Open man is Robinson. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the 1st down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts getting set for their next possession. And the turnovers have really been the story here. Take you back through the high, or actually the lowlights in this one. Not a lot of positives when you have a 3-interception game, under pressure all game long, the secondary feasting on his passes. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Hurts. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. Amir Smith-Marset goes back to return it. Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Throw left side, that's Johnson. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll look to throw. He finds his tight end, Bellinger.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They face 2nd down and 7. They'll look to throw yet again. To the outside, complete to Johnson. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back to throw. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
Another one from the 5. Second down and goal. To the back of the end zone. He's got it. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now, Gano for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Giants will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 2. They'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense back onto the field for their next possession. This secondary will get a lot of the credit. 3 picks so far. But, Greg, the pass rush has been relentless as well.
Yeah, I think it's super important, Mike, that we point out just how much the pass rush and then the secondary coverage works together. The more that rush gets home, the faster that ball gets out. We can play certain coverages knowing the timing of the quarterback has to be sped up. So often, the teams that are the most successful in this league, Mike, they have the best understanding. When our back end and our front end are working in unison, man, it puts a lot of pressure on not only the quarterback, but the entire offense. We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. That's complete to Smith. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
Again, Hurts. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That one good for 26 yards.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
On is Elliott to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Eagles are able to edge a bit closer. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Eric Gray to return it. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Look wide, get this one complete. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Slayton is the man in motion. They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on first down. He'll get this down to the 44, but that's about it. Here's a second and 9. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but then once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
Throw across his body is complete. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. On fourth down, the veteran Graham Gano for the Giants field goal try. This will be from 56 yards away. Gano's kick is good. And the Giants will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter. Graham Gano now following the field goal. back to kick this one away. This is taken in at the goal line. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense ready to take over possession of the football. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. On 2nd down, Hurts. A pass complete there to Smith. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Here is 2nd and 7. To the air again, Hurts. That'll be caught left side. It's Goddard. The crowd at MetLife on their feet for 3rd down. And in motion is Brown. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Got a man. It's complete to A.J. Brown. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. But it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Now a screen set up for Barkley. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Here's 2nd down. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it's going to be 3rd down.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look, and they were ready, and they took him away.
They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
That's taken in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he will have enough to pick up a 1st down. Hurts will try it again. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Now, 2nd and 4. Hurts again. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away.
And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession. So they're still alive, but now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Even with their full complement of timeouts, the call is to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
Malik Neighbors heading out with the Giants offense for their next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. And a determined run there inside the 40. It's a gain of 9 yards. Second and a yard. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. Finding room to the 20. And he will finally be taken down at the Giants' 9-yard line. Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is 1st and goal. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. Now from the 9. It'll be 2nd and goal. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the men in blue. The Giants get it done. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants are winners as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.